COVID-19 has brought physical tragedy to the TWU and to workers across the country. But now the economic travesty of this is really like nothing we've ever seen before.
It's important for our members to realize all the work that's going on behind the scenes that we're doing continuously every day to try and preserve their jobs.
Folks in TWU continue to have to go to work, whether the crisis is good, bad, or indifferent.
We have already thousands of our members that are either furloughed or laid off.
You know, unless the stimulus package came out, they weren't going to survive.
Transit moves America. The operators, fairbox pullers, mechanics, cashiers, customer service reps, they understand that without the hard work that they do, there's no way that America could get through this pandemic.
Transportation in the United States is one of the most important things, because if people don't move around, then industry stops.
Airlines, public transit, railroad, utilities, school buses.
95% of folks in TWU are frontline workers.
They deal with the public.
Flight attendants are first responders in the sky.
We cannot drive the buses or the trains from the comfort of our home.
We tend to be overlooked when they talk about first responders. We are actually first responders.
Wherever the battle is, wherever the fight is where we go.
When there's a fire, everybody else will run away from the fire. The firefighter to save lives has to run towards the fire. When it comes to this pandemic, this is our fire.
Nearly 10% of our members have died, contracted, tested positive for, or been quarantined because of the COVID-19 virus.
Almost 150 fatalities as of today nationally across all of our industrial sectors.
Mr. John Bland, 50-year union person. COVID wiped him out within 48 hours.
You watch TV, you see numbers. But the position I'm in, I actually see people. It's like it's family.
Some of them are down to one income now instead of two.
33 years I've been with Amtrak, I've never seen the service go down like it went down.
Big airlines, transit agencies, railroads had to completely change how they did their work and how they did their business. We were dealing with many fewer paying customers. It meant huge losses for those companies.
As people quit flying, being in the airline sector, it took a toll.
We don't know when the aviation industry will stabilize after the wake of COVID-19.
We don't know when the flying public will return or ride subways or buses. We don't know when these vaccines will be in enough people's arms.
I know what the job is, and it's even tougher now. And then to have someone come to you and tell you, okay, we're going to lay you off, that's a kick in the teeth.
The passing and signing of the stimulus bill means stability, protection, and funding for all the employees.
But it also helps to provide money to stimulate the economy.
Health benefits and back pay, and actually they get their jobs back.
On the transit division, the folks who were being threatened with massive layoffs are now all safe through at least the end of March and well beyond in most cases.
It's going to provide basically funding to the agencies in air, rail, and transit to keep those workers at work.
The TWU fought hard to make sure that the federal government put workers first.
Every single dollar being given out to the transportation sector comes with the requirement that all workers are paid first.
Before they pay rent or maintenance or executive pay or anything else.
Service members now have job security, which equates to a regular paycheck, no worries of their next rent or mortgage payments, and the ability to put food on their tables and continue their health benefits.
We had to secure this funding to enable our members to continue to work.
Health and safety is one of the primary things that we bargain for.
It means there will be more money to provide PPE for us. It means there will be more money for cleaning supplies. It will also help fund educational equipment so that we can become more knowledgeable so that COVID won't affect anyone.
We are so grateful that our union leadership made sure that this money is coming through to the transit workers who've been on the front lines since March.
This is an economic victory on many levels.
If these benefits weren't in the bill, the members would still be furloughed with no income, no insurance, no benefits whatsoever, with an uncertain future for 2021.
There's $20 billion in this bill for vaccines, and we're trying to get the Transportation Workers Union in the front of the line.
Now we are in the process of creating a memorial so this story could be told to future transit workers of what happened here.
Absent this stimulus package, there would have been bankruptcies across the board.
Amtrak service would not be running.
There were potential doomsday scenarios where people would have been laid off by the thousands.
Or workers would have been cut significantly.
Those members that were furloughed would not have increases in their railroad unemployment benefits.
They'd have been trying to call back workers that are sick right now that they're taken care of because of this stimulus bill.
Airlines would have went out of business. Railroads would have been out of business. Public transit would have imploded. We would have had a disaster on our hands. And imagine the domino effect of that across the entire country, city after city after city.
It's not just a monetary loss for the individual, for their person, for their family, but it's also a psychological blow that you have to deal with.
It's unthinkable. And this stimulus package avoided that.
Transit workers know that TW is fighting for them.
I'd like to thank our membership. I'd like to thank the International for all their efforts to get this stimulus package passed to help keep our members secure for 2021.
I want to thank the leadership of the TWU for making sure this bill got passed and signed to make sure that our members can keep working without having to worry about layoffs or furloughs. Everybody is well aware of what's happening in DC and they're so happy that our union is at the forefront of putting at least transit workers on the minds of the politicians in Washington, DC.
It was hard to try to get extra benefit, especially in this pandemic when a whole lot of people were losing jobs.
By using all of their influence and lobbying efforts on Capitol Hill, the IAC was able to ensure that all of our members would get what they needed and what they deserved as essential frontline workers.
But for the collective fight back of the TWU membership, the fatalities and the casualties to transport workers across the country would be far greater.
I'm proud to be a part of the team of TWU International.
The TWU is America's democratic fighting union.
As long as we can, as long as we are in office, we will continue fighting for you.
This is what unions are all about.
I'm very proud to be fighting for all TWU members.
I wouldn't want to be doing anything else.
There's no bigger priority to the TWU leadership than to making sure our members are safe.
There is not a single TWU member who will not directly benefit from this legislation.
I'm going to lead this union the way I've always led, which is fighting back against these bosses that are trying to put us in harm's way.
TWU,
United and Invincible.